Some of those high achievers, they don't want to talk to kids. They think they're on the level of an adult and they want to talk to you. Welcome back to CWM University, where we learn together. And today, we're going to talk about how to address those yappers, those high-achieving yappers that's in your classroom. Now, starting in second grade, I had to go to a smaller elementary. So the max that would be in our class would probably be 15, 13. So being in a class that small is real easy for the teacher to know who's talking, who's doing their work, and so forth. And see, me, I love the yap. I love to talk to my friends, but I had to get that work done first because my parents, they did not play the radio. Education was like #1 in my house, and you had to have the grades and you had to get your work done. As soon as I was done with my work, I'm turning to my friend, hey, what we doing today? Where we gonna meet at recess? Are we gonna meet by the slide or are we gonna meet by the swings? Or I'm asking them, what are we gonna wear tomorrow? We wore uniforms in school when I was growing up, and so me and the girls I was cool with, we would dress alike in elementary. So when I got done with my work, I thought it was vital for me to go ahead and know what we wearing tomorrow, knowing I had no business talking about what outfit I wanted to wear to school tomorrow. My teachers realized I was a yapper. So of course, my teachers moved me away from my friends and moved me to somebody close to somebody else. But then I just found some reason to talk to them. So then they had to come up with a different strategy. So what happened was when I started getting done with my work, my teachers would have me organizing papers, stapling the papers, organizing color pencils and markers, or running errands to the office. And every year, I ended up being a teacher helper. And I was like, hey, I must be good at helping. They must really see my organization skills because I was really organized child. I like to organize things and make sure everything was neat and in its place. And they must really trust me because they would always send me to the office to take something down there, whether it was the attendance or whatever they had to go to the office. I would be the one that would go. Now, being a teacher, I started to look back at things that happened in elementary and why my teachers treated me a certain way. And I realized that my teachers must have been talking to each other. Starting in second grade, they probably was like, yes, that girl right there, she's gonna do her work. She's gonna get her work done. She's gonna do it well, but she's a yapper. So it seemed that every year, they will give me a chance to see how I will behave. Will I do my work? And after I got done with my work, will I start talking? And of course, every year I did my work. And as soon as I got done, I tried to find a reason to talk to somebody, which turned me into the teacher assistant. And what really made me reflect on my experience at elementary was when I started teaching, I got the yappers. I had the high achieving students who would finish their work and then they wanted to start talking to everybody in the classroom. And it reminded me of myself where I like to talk in elementary. No matter who I put them by, they would talk. I could put them by somebody who never talked in class. And then all of a sudden, that child is talking. And the thing is, I didn't call home just because you were talking in class and you were talking a lot. I wanted to find a way in my classroom to handle that behavior before I had to call home. And I realized, just like me, high achievers need a purpose. If I've already completed my work and I know I've done well on my work, what's next? I don't want to sit there and be bored because when I'm bored, I'm going to find something to talk about. And what you will find out about high achievers are they're fast processors, they're easily bored, they love to learn, and they're socially confident. They like to talk to others. So what I started doing was putting conditions in place for my high achievers. What I would put in place is, first, your work must be done. Your work has to be done, it has to be completed. You have to have an A on your work. I will have it where the students could check their own work. I'll have the students fill out a Google form and it'll tell you a percentage of what they made. Sometimes I will have answer keys, and usually when you're a high achiever, I can trust you with the answer key. Go check your answers, circle the ones you don't have correct, fix them, and then you can come talk to me about what you can move on next. Or you got 100 good, so here are your steps. Now, once your work was done, you showed all your work and your homework was done, because that was another thing. I usually gave out homework that lasted for the whole week. You had the whole week to get it done. I was like, okay, your homework has to be done before you can select what option you would like to do next. Which is funny because the students who really like to do the next options, they will do their homework on Monday night, finish the whole thing. So they be like, oh, I already did my homework, so what can I do next? And I will provide them with options. Depend on the student, because you really have to get to know your students and know what will work well for them. I may let them help other students with their work, so tutor other students. They could go to the next skill that we were learning next and go ahead and start on that. I worked with a program called iExcel. So I would let my students go in iExcel and pick a tailored skill for them and start working on that. Before I had IXL, I would let the students go pick a skill, especially when I was teaching lower elementary, pick a skill on Math Playground that would help reinforce the skills that we were working on in class. And then if I needed help with something, some of my students, they just were organizers, born organizers, wanted to keep everything in place. I would let them do that. Okay, all your work is done for the day, everything's completed, and you've gotten the grade that you need to get. Yes, you can go organize those papers. Yes, you can staple the packets for the next class. Yes, you can go put the markers back in their bin. So the markers I let the students use, I had them color coordinated. And so, of course, all students don't see that all the purple ones are here, all the red ones here, all the green ones here. I would let the students go organize them back for me to make sure they stayed nice and neat. So depending on the student was what I allowed them to do or what they picked. If they like to organize things, like, oh, can I just go fix that for you? I'm done with my work. Or if they didn't like organizing, like, oh, can I help John? I know he's really struggling with integers. Can I go over there and help him? And then too, sometimes I would let them pick up papers when the students got done, or making sure everybody turned in their exit ticket, or stand at the door and grab exit tickets on the way out. That was their reward for getting their work done, and when they needed something else to do so they wouldn't be talking to other students. And no, I didn't have all of this worked out my first year of teaching. These are things I learned as I went. What can I do to make sure the student doesn't feel like they're being punished because they're done with their work? How can I help the student progress in math, or go into that skill that I know that they have and give them something they will enjoy doing as technically like a reward. It's a reward for me because you're not talking to everybody, and it's a reward for you because you like doing it. You like organizing markers, you like stapling papers, or you like helping your classmates when they need help. And if you knew what you were talking about and you knew the skill, of course I would let them help others because I couldn't be everywhere at the same time. And a lot of students may need the help at that time. So if I can get a student that I know was good at helping others and explaining things, I would let them do it. But the main thing that I told them, once you pick an option, what you cannot do is disrupt your classmates. If you go over there and you want to help your classmate with multiplication, you stay on topic and you help them with multiplication. If you don't, I'm going to pick a different option for you to do. And students love making their own choices, and they don't want you to make the choice for them. And I got tired of making choices. That's how you go home with headaches. So you let the student pick what would be best for them. And then if they weren't using that option correctly, then you have other options in place. But whatever you do, avoid from calling the student annoying. Yes, they get their work done quick and they want to talk. And sometimes they want to talk to you. Some of those high achievers, they don't want to talk to kids. They think they're on the level of an adult and they want to talk to you. But don't try to discourage them from, oh, you talk too much or you get on my nerves. Try to figure out why this behavior is occurring and how can you stop the behavior and make it where it works out for the student and yourself. So do you have high achieving yappers in your class? What do you do to ensure that they're not distracting other students and that they're feeling that they have a purpose that they can fulfill? They already fulfilled the purpose of completing their work. What do you do to make sure that they still feel needed in that classroom? Let me know in the comments, because I know that there is an issue with those students who get their work done and they want to talk and distract other students. So what are some strategies that you use? Let us know in the comments. Go ahead and press the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe so then I can pop up on your timeline every time I post. I hope you found something in this video useful. Thanks for coming to listen to me yap. And until next time, peace out.